Okay, we're live. What's up, everyone? It's your girl Rossi. I am back with another show. This is Rossi's Clubhouse, guys. My name is Rossi McCree. I'm the host of Rossi's Clubhouse, and what I do here is I interview the best legends in Sacramento, up and coming artists in Sacramento, from producers, writers, rappers, actresses. A little bit of everyone that's doing something really big here in Sacramento. So that's what I do here on Rossi's Clubhouse. It is a Sacramento-based podcast, and I specialize in interviews. So I have with me today, and I'm so excited that he wanted to come through Rossi's Clubhouse. I have Tecktreyz. He is here. Say hello to the people, Tech, please.
Hey. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate the opportunity. I don't remember who I saw. I saw a familiar face on one of your episodes, maybe. Or maybe it was just an episode I liked, and I felt
Okay.
like this would be a great opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. We are definitely trying to build something really big here. I was telling Tech, and AKA the technician, right? You still go by the
Oh,
technician?
yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
you did your homework,
AKA,
huh?
okay, of course, absolutely. AKA the technician, okay? And you guys,
Yeah.
his links will be in the bio. His Instagram, you can link up from Instagram and get his YouTube channel. Also, in the shorts that will be coming in the next few days, he'll also have his YouTube channel there because he has a lot of videos. One of my favorite songs, "Ballin'," and as well as many others. But I heard that one, and I have to say I have been playing that in the car on the way to the grocery store. I really love his music, and you'll hear a lot more about Tecktreyz. Just a second, we have JoJo. Let's say hi to JoJo. What's up, Joanne?
Hey,
Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it, JoJo.
morning. We got some
JoJo follows us
joiners.
around. She's in every chat, every movie that we have, movies reviews that we do. Joanne's always there. Thank you, Joanne, for your support. Anyway, so you guys know me. Like I go online, I go into your Instagram. I love music, all types of music. I was telling Tech that I love hip hop. That's my favorite genre of music. I love it. I was giving him a little bit of background, but I love to go on Instagram, and if I follow a lot of these guys, so when I hear their music and it hits me and it's something that I want to get to know them and find out more about what they're doing, I DM them and tell them a little bit about me. And I was so happy that he was like, yes, I will come through. So I really appreciate it. I told him that your name, technician. Where did you get your name from, though?
Um, it's crazy. I went by this crazy name before that, and that was back in. I was a young kid. I think I was writing raps on the computer, or something like
Really?
that. I'm writing raps on the computer, and I ended up watching what was it? And One. I ended up watching And One, and one of the main characters' name was Tech, and I'm
Okay.
thinking, I'm like, don't ask me how I came up with the whole name, but when I heard Tech, that started something for me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then I just ran with it. I started doing shows, and that's what I went by. Everybody just called me that, so I ran with it.
What's up, Sat God? What's up, Affiliato? Thanks for stopping in.
That's man, that's
Oh my
childhood right
gosh.
there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Affiliato.
That's
Like
one
I
of my
said,
childhood
guys,
partners, man. We go way back to high school.
up and coming and legends here in Sacramento. Affiliato is absolutely a legend. He's worked with the best of the best of the best here in Sacramento, Bay Area, everywhere. So it was a pleasure to have him come in. By the way, guys, Affiliato will be coming back in sometime in May. Okay, so you'll be seeing
Man, let
him
me tell
again.
you, he was on the radio when we were sophomores in high school.
Really?
Yeah. I'll let him tell it. I don't want to tell his whole story, but that
Oh,
dude,
I heard a little bit about it, but we didn't get to
yeah,
go that far into it. And I know he has a lot of things going on. He's a tattoo artist. He's everywhere, but he is a legend
that
here in
dude,
Sacramento,
yeah.
and I was so thankful that he
Bring
came
back
through.
Sac
You
Reacts,
know.
boy. Keep telling
So
him.
okay, so a little bit about what Trey Tech. What do you
Yeah,
want me to?
I mean, you could just call me Tech.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
that's
Okay,
that's the name, Tech.
okay. So his album. So you know me, I like to go and find any and everything about you. Okay, so I went back, and you have like you've been doing this for a minute too.
Yeah, I've been doing it a long
You've
time.
been doing this a long time. I
I
mean,
might not have dropped as much as I would want to, but
okay,
I'm a perfectionist. You know what I mean? I be trying to
okay.
make sure that even the distribution and the promo is right. You know, it does, has to
The
be
video,
right. It has to be right.
Ballin' and the other videos, but that one, I mean, first of all, I remember when I first heard it, I was like, wait, I've heard this before.
Yeah, yeah,
I listened to YouTube music. I've heard this before. That video's come along. It was in my watch next, right?
yeah.
Upcoming, whatever. I had seen that video a long time ago. So when I heard the song, I'm like, wait,
Right, right.
oh my gosh, I've been hearing him. I know him. I've listened to his music. But we have like your albums, Take It Up with God. That was a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Is
was
that the
last year.
latest one that we have?
That's the latest one. That's the
Okay.
latest one so far.
Okay. Um, Secured Smoke to Hell. One I love that one. That
Yeah,
one's
yeah,
dope. Of course, Ballin'. There's another one that I found called Show Off, and that was what CBSB 916.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
song
yeah.
was dope as well. That was a
Yeah,
really
that
dope
was a good
song.
one.
Like I said, you guys, he goes back. He's been doing this for a long time because I found the song of yours. This song was like 6 years ago, and I love this song, "The
Yeah.
Same Me."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do
Yeah,
you
that.
work with you still work with a lot of artists that I see that's
Yeah,
featured in your music?
yeah, yeah. I do still work with several people, but due to the allegations of our area, we'll get to that later. But
Okay.
due to just the changes, not the allegations, just the changes of the area, everybody just dropping off like flies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because SAC is weird.
Okay.
I would say SAC is weird, so sometimes you just can't continue to work with the same people.
Okay.
It just
Are you
happens like
basically
that.
you're moving differently? Is that basically like you're just
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
okay?
because it's important for my brand.
Right.
It's way important for my brand, and I got kids. You know what I mean? I got
Oh,
two
okay.
boys, so and
Wow.
God knew I needed boys to slow me down. You know, last thing I want them to do is try to emulate. You know,
Right.
Although there's so many different genres you could choose from, so it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to leave street music
Right.
because everybody has their bread and butter, right? Everybody
Yep.
knows what they do to make their money.
Right.
Street music makes me the most money on Apple Music. So
Right.
why would I just put that all the way out? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even labels and distribution companies I work with ask me, you know what I mean? Even if I'm in the middle of a change, they ask
Right.
me, well, we need that. We need that tech. We need this.
Wow.
This is what we like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it taught me what will happen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If they want it, that's what they want to feed the world with. Now, hey,
Right. How do
hey,
you feel about that?
uh, I mean, I can agree to disagree. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I can
Okay.
agree to disagree. It's working
Right.
for me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
But you know, it's not something that I'm willing to change and risk all
Right.
the way. But I'm
Right.
definitely trying to spread a better message, and I've been doing that with a lot of the new unreleased that's coming. So
Okay.
it's gonna be a whole new wave of me soon.
Okay. Well,
That's what ball.
and
That's
I,
where balling came from.
yeah,
Balling is the new me.
I,
That is the new me right now.
right. And even the words that you say, I mean, you have the song I posted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. That song right there, that is the message in that, what you're saying in that song. Yeah. I listened to it a few times and I'm like, okay, this is like his messaging this isn't bad.
Right.
You're putting some good things in there because you know what's going on in rap. We all know what's going on in rap right now. And
Yeah, don't we?
and it is true that street music does sell. I listen to street music. To me, the streeter, the better. But I'm an adult. I mean, for real, for real. I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna lie. I've jammed to Mo3. And I know
Oh
the
yeah.
situation with that. But I mean, what a talented artist. What
Right.
a talented freaking artist. Like when I first heard him, I was amazed. I heard him singing and he was
Right.
freestyling a rap and singing. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to go look for him. And a week later, he died. You know,
Right,
he was killed a week later.
right.
And I was shocked because, you know, when you find an artist, for me, I tend to cling on to that artist and I want to know everything about that artist. And I was like getting right there with Mo 3, and then he's gone. And so then after he's gone, you realize, oh my gosh, how much music he's made and how talented that he was
Mm-hmm.
and is. And it's kind of like what you're saying right now, just still in that life though. You know what I mean? You're still there.
Yeah, the same thing happened with me and Nipsey Hussle, right?
Okay.
I think it had been a while before Nipsey had dropped the album, and he had dropped the last album, the Marathon album, before he had
Right.
died. And
Right.
I had seen a double up. I had seen the video. I'm like, bro, I got to get into this album. And then
Yeah.
the
Right.
next couple days later, he died.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's shocking, right?
It's crazy. It's
Does
definitely
it?
crazy.
How has that affected you? Like when you hear of these talented rappers, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, like for instance, we'll say Mo 3, for instance.
Yeah.
Does that scare you as a rapper? Like, how does that make you feel as an artist?
Well, it don't scare me because I come from a well-known area in Sac, and I know people from all over Sac and well-known areas in Sac that did happen to rap that was good that died. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? That were
Right,
my
right.
friends. You know what I'm saying? Like these
Okay.
are people that either been in the lab with me. I can
Mm.
all the videos on my channel right now. At least 5 dudes died from those videos.
Wow.
Yeah, and to be honest, only 2 of them were killed. The rest of them was just natural
Okay.
causes. So it wasn't
Okay.
just due to no street shit or nothing. Like
Okay.
you got to take care of yourself. And
Right.
so little things like that. But as far as because most of the rappers that's talented, they're getting killed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I've had more than a handful of my partners that
Mm.
rap that got killed, and they were talented on their way.
Right.
That got killed that were people's favorite rappers. So it really
Right.
doesn't scare me. It just it's typical. It's something that I'm kind of
Okay.
used to. So,
Okay.
I just try to keep my guard up on who I work with and what areas I'm in. And then I try to keep my IQ up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want to know what's going
Right.
on around the city. And
Yeah.
I don't want to be,
Yeah.
you get it.
How do you how do you deal with your boys? Because you have 2 boys, so
Mhm.
it's obviously different. I have boys. It's different with boys. You know, you have to guide them, and they have a father that does that.
Right. Right.
You as a father, you're responsible for that, and you're responsible for the input that you give them. You know what I mean? Like they're sponges.
Right.
Do they want to be like dad? Do they want to be a rapper? How do you feel about that? Would you allow them to come into this business?
Well, right now it's early for me because my oldest
Okay.
he's finna be 4 and my youngest
Oh
is 2.
shoot.
So
Okay.
this is me. This is me getting ready. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? This is me getting
Okay.
ready because we too are sponges. We learn a lot and we listen to
Absolutely.
this new music, and then
Yes.
the music changes every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It changes every day. So, I just try to make sure I season myself now so I ain't
Right.
gotta do it later. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
kids touch phones early, they
Oh my
touch tablets,
gosh.
all kind of technology
Yes.
early. So
Yes.
they can get this easy early.
Yes. And they
You know?
know logos really quick, like Apple, Amazon, like they can look at the logos and they know the logos already.
Oh man,
You know
trust
what I'm saying? Like they know it already.
man, a
Google.
package come, they know it's theirs or it might be
You know
something
it's
for them. Like
Amazon.
it's crazy. I didn't get a cell phone till I was 16.
Oh, listen, the computer like coming into our household for
Yeah.
mine, we didn't do that until they needed it for like research, like at middle school. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Because when you let that come into your household, you let the world come into your household, and then you have, it's already enough that the world is what it is. But
Right.
letting it come into your household via computer, and you have kids, you got to be on top of that. A computer should be in a family room where we can see what you're doing at all times. They should not be in a kid's bedroom up at night on the computer. It's just, I think that's crazy that some parents allow their kids to have that access in their room
In their room.
with the door shut.
Ooh, that's
With
what
the door shut.
I don't know in
Yes.
our house, but
Crazy, right?
that was a
How
little.
did you get into this music game? How did you when did you know I'm doing this?
Um. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go as far back, but if I
Okay.
went as far back, it started in elementary school. I was
Right.
always, after gold medals and things for
Okay.
speech and things like that. I was always after that. But, it wasn't really until high school when I really knew that music was really the thing because, you know, I was a marching bander. I was in the marching
Okay.
band. I was in the drum line sophomore year, and
Nice.
then got sworn in as drum major the rest of the way. It was awesome.
Wow.
I was just to think I went from a
Wow.
drummer sweating on this drum, going these long marches to affiliate to tell you, you know what I mean? Just these marches to dancing with the baton in the front like I'm Nick
Wow.
Cannon.
You was
Like,
that guy.
yeah, I was that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I was that guy. I was the one
Dope.
leading the band, and
That's
I
awesome.
was sworn in because I was so good in the drum line. It was like, she passed the baton to me, and she also started in the drum line. So
Okay.
I love you, Lorraine. Yeah, love you to death. It was that, and then following, battle rap was hella heavy. You know
Oh,
what I
oh,
mean?
yep.
Battle rap was heavy around schools, and I had went to Florence for high school or
Okay.
whatever, and around that time it was really lit with and I seen that and I was like that I could do that.
Right.
'Cause I
Right.
just looked at it like it's acting. you
Okay.
know I look
Okay.
at it like it's acting. Like right now I'm into comedy because I love the way that they write. I pay
Okay.
attention to how they write, so
And
I
that's a
just
hard
knew.
one. Comedy's hard.
Yeah. Like those comics that have this one line that they bring up multiple times in like
Yes.
Cat Williams do it, or not even Cat
Yes.
Williams, Kevin Hart
Um,
really do it.
yes.
It's a few
TK
people.
Kirkland.
Yes.
What was his?
He got it bad.
Who raised you?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yes.
his thing. Who
Yes.
raised you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
What?
I just
Go ahead.
knew.
Go
I
ahead.
knew early. I knew early.
What about going professional? When you was like the production that you do now, like your videos, like the high production. When did you turn professional? What age were you when you were professionally artist?
Professionally, I think I was like 18 or 19, but that was
Okay.
just doing shows. I don't think I
Okay.
started shooting videos until maybe a couple years later, maybe
Okay.
maybe my early 20s or something. Because
Okay.
the same me was a while ago, and I think I wasn't even. I was a little older than that. I was like
Wow.
24, so I was just learning about production and
Okay.
things as I was growing, and then I started finding the right video man, and we
Okay.
started building relationships, and then it was go time from there. you
Right.
know YouTube happened to be where I was seeing the best at. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wasn't really caring too much about Apple Music. That's probably why I only have a few projects out.
Okay.
uh, there was a project, I don't know if you saw it on Spotify. It's called Paranormal Activities.
Yes, I listened to that today. Yes.
That's actually one of my favorite projects, and I kind of felt it kind of discouraged me a little bit
Okay.
because I'm signed through a third party company that's signed through Sony Orchard, and
Okay.
Sony Orchard they're anal about things. So the artwork, it wasn't copyright. It looked too much like Saw, and they took it
Oh,
down off of Apple.
really?
They took it off of Apple. They was like, it looks too much like Jigsaw, and the artwork was raw too, and
Yeah.
I got real discouraged. So I just went to YouTube. I was like, this don't happen on YouTube, you know.
Right. Right.
And so, I dealt with a lot of hiccups. TuneCore, they took my music off one time because I didn't want to pay, and I had to call them like, what's going on? It was a
Wow.
bunch of stuff. That's why I deal with who I deal with now.
Okay. Who are you with right now?
I'm not signed to anyone, but I'm with JLM. JLM is they pretty much distribute my music and things like
Okay.
that. So, he's been doing a really good job. He keeps me fed in my dashboard. And then he calls me when it's showtime. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he
Okay.
ain't missed a beat, but
How
he
does
definitely.
how is the process for you? Like
As far as,
everyone has a process, and facts. Affiliato said facts.
is that writing, the writing
Yeah,
process,
like
or
your writing process, how you get ready. Just how do you make how do you go about making a song?
well, I used to go off of the hook, until, I started getting writer's block young by going
Okay.
off of the hook. And now I go off of what I'm talking about in the verse. If I get stuck, okay, I'll go a cappella. You know what I mean? All I need is about 5 seconds to hear all I need to
Okay.
do is hear the drop, and that beat is in my head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
more of a tight thinker when it comes to that. But nowadays, I don't know. I listen to a beat and I just start scribbling. And just because I wrote that line first doesn't mean it's gonna be first. I
Okay.
just scribble a bunch of lines. Probably this more so things that rhyme, because that's been a
Okay.
challenge for me. Writing without rhyming. Like, I can
Okay.
freestyle without rhyming, but writing without rhyming is very tough. So
Okay.
I started, just scribbling, and then I just start inputting, you know what I mean, how I'm feeling, but based on how I'm feeling. If it goes better here, it go. I'm real strategic with how I write now. It's so crazy. I try
Okay.
to share this with people. It's funny.
So with music, do you have like who inspired you? Like who do you look up to?
Man, I go back like a child called Quest,
Oh,
all them,
hell
like,
yeah.
I was a Nas fan, really.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I did grow up like an old school, Jay-Z. You know what I mean? I
Right.
liked it, all that shit. I was one of my top favorites, Ice
Okay.
Cube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Oh,
love
hell
that
yeah.
shit. I love that shit.
Absolutely.
Then when you started getting a little more commercial, I started getting a little harmonic. So I started liking, like we was talking about earlier,
Right.
Outkast. Then there's
Yes.
Akon. Akon, I'm a huge Akon
Are
fan
you a
to
huge
this day.
Not a lot of people mention Akon. It's
To
like,
this day, I am an Akon fan. His music
really?
spoke to me in ways that, yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes, I am an Akon fan. To this day, I'm still slapping the Locked Up album.
Yeah,
And,
right.
there was some songs on there that really ruffled my feathers, because I've been incarcerated. I've been,
Okay.
I've dealt with things, and I don't think people was really hearing him when he came out with that album. He was really
Right.
talking about the struggles that he went through and being incarcerated. So,
Right.
definitely that, Common.
Okay. Yep.
I love music. I love music. I was an Eminem fan, but I really wasn't really all about fast rap.
Okay.
At the time, I really
Okay.
wasn't about the fast rap and stuff like that. I was really more about your words and what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
You would give it to him that I mean, super talented, right?
definitely.
Eminem,
De-
I
oh,
mean, a lot of people
oh
take
man,
that away from him, but it's,
I was listening to Explosive the other day, and
oh, right.
I was listening to a lot of Dr. Dre with in the
Yeah.
aftermath. I was listening on my way back from Vegas, because
Okay.
one thing about me, I have several different YouTubes. One that'll play old school. I got one that'll
Okay.
play stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
categorize the things that I do,
Okay.
stuff that I listen to.
What about like old R&B? Did you grow up on the Teddy Pendergrass? Did you grow up in a house that just your family played music? Because I did. I mean, our house was like the house on the street, always barbecues, Luther Vandross, the OJs. Did you grow up
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, it got older too. Like the Drifters,
Yeah,
it
right.
got,
Yeah, yeah,
it got older. The Temptations, like all that
yes.
stuff was played in our household. I don't even think we were introduced to rap until we started getting around our older sister.
Okay,
Like she was the
okay.
one that was really slapping the music. I'm thinking I'm finna die in the backseat. I'm only 8. My heart beating out the music all loud. I'm like, damn. Like, she was really doing so. All the old, R&B. I'm not saying that I'm not an R&B fan now, because my
Right.
favorite artist right now is A Boogie with the Hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, A
Okay,
Boogie with the Hoodie is my favorite artist right now because of
okay.
that harmonic sound. The
Right,
Roddy Riches and
right, right.
but back then they been had that. You
Yes.
know, that's why I listen I still listen to it to this day. That drive, I had a whole segment, a old school, I had a segment of rap. That's a long drive.
I recently, not too long ago, probably maybe a year or two ago, because I still go back to old school music. I mean, I love like Anita Baker, but I love like
Oh,
Johnny Taylor. I
oh
recently
wow.
discovered him. My mom turned me on to him a few years ago, and I never heard of him. And I remember she put on it's a song called "Running Out of Lies." I think it's "Running Out of Lies" and "Too Many Memories." Anyways, I heard this guy and I was blown away. And you know that what's so great about music is you still find music that you never listened to, and someone will play it. You've never heard of it. It can be back from the 50s. And it's like,
Right,
oh my gosh, how did I miss that?
Right. How did I miss that?
Do you do that? Do you discover like new artists that you're like, damn,
I do actually. I do. I
or
run
even
it.
older artists?
Well, maybe not older artists, but I think last time I dealt with that was, you know how people like to sample people's songs.
Yes, yes.
You know how we hear the real song,
Yep, yep,
like,
yep.
oh, you
Yeah,
made. I
I've
think
done that before. There was like it was a Shaka Khan song. I didn't know it though, but they had sampled it. And I remember just listening to some music and I'm like, that was Shaka Khan. That was
right,
Shaka Khan the whole time. Didn't know, but yeah, I go through that. I think and a lot of rappers, you don't realize that they've, sampled what Betty Wright, I think her name is, or Betty White's her name is, and you hear that music and it's like, I didn't know. I didn't know, which then for them, they don't understand. You got a lot of young people coming and checking out your music because the rappers they listen to sampled your song, so then it gives credit to the original artist that made that music.
right, right,
So
absolutely.
if you had to like collaborate, is there like if is there like a big artist that you would love to collaborate with, or even locally?
Um, um, I think right now, just with the direction I'm trying to go to, and
Yeah.
just it modern day, I think Mr. Fab would probably be a good one.
Okay.
You know, because he can rap about pretty much anything that I could present to him. You
Okay.
know, his stores. I met him before. He also
Okay.
with Henny, my brother. You know, so you know
Okay.
I've seen and heard a lot of good music from him. So I feel like he would be a great one for me to tackle this coming year. You know, he always has deals. Like
Okay.
right, he has a $500 special. Ching
Wow.
ching, $500 special, y'all. Don't kill the messenger. You know,
um
I want to work with artists that do that and want to help out.
okay. Okay. So you and I were talking about, rap music and where we're at. How do you feel about hip hop or rap music today?
It's trash.
Why
it's
why do you feel it's trash? Tell me.
it's trash, and I'm not gonna when I say it's trash, I'm not taking away from nobody's favorite artist, nobody's songs they release because we work damn hard. You
Mm.
know, and they say it takes one song to. That's bullshit. You know how many songs I had to make to come up with balling?
How many did you go through? Because I mean, you can
Man,
tell me. I went through your list. You were here for a long time.
I went through a few albums. Look, Apple Music and Spotify do not justify my career. Okay, we back to Dat Piff. We had what else did we have? We had Reverb Nation. We chasing each other on Reverb Nation, the top 10. What do we have?
Okay.
We had Sound Click. We had SoundCloud. We didn't have nothing. We didn't have nothing.
Right. Right.
So when we started figuring it, when we were doing music, YouTube wasn't even heavy. It wasn't even
Right.
tight.
Right. Okay.
So I can speak for those who's way before this modern day stuff. Like pretty soon, I'm gonna have to have my kids help me run this iPhone.
You need to quit. You need
Man,
to quit. What
so
about the Dementia album?
the Dementia album that was actually something personal. Yeah,
Okay.
that was me poking my head out the sand, like
Okay.
the technician is here, or
Okay.
technician, not the technician, it's technician. I go to
Technician.
Tecktreyz now, but it was technician. So that really spoke out to the world of who I
Yeah.
really was. You can
Yeah.
tell the difference from that album to what maybe Paranormal Activities or something like that. Like it was
Right.
different kind of music, and my brother, I have one sibling, and we're 10 months apart. We both were making music together, and we were basically pinging
Wow.
each other the whole project. And one thing he used to do, he used to play with his music, and I really wasn't for that, and so I
Okay.
turned it into a project of my own, and just was like, okay, we got product here. I'm gonna share the shares. You know,
Okay.
there's no hiccups here, and I just released it, and I think it was.
Yeah. It's you have Caught Up About Life, Real in and Real in This, the remix. Like I said, was the same me on that one though, or is that
It
am I getting that? Was
was,
that on the dementia?
actually, it was probably like the second track or maybe the first track on
Okay,
the album, maybe.
okay.
Not
You have this. What? There's this one. Is it? Gosh, there's this one song that you have. It's so dope. It's an older one, and I just don't know his name, so I'm just gonna say the white kid that sings the hook on it.
Oh man, can I talk about that track for a minute
Please,
before we
please.
that song? So Jay Kent, Jay,
Okay,
I gotta give him his flowers because dude's great. Dude is great. He always
okay.
had a great team behind him, and I don't know how it came about, but we ended up locking in. I guess he was making music with my brother at first, and I ended up following up. I'm like, okay, this dude's tight. He's tight. And
Right.
I ended up hitting him up, and they just put me in the pedestal where they felt like I could do it. So I just
Yes.
and shoot shot my verse back real quick. I think maybe a few months had went by, and they
Right.
called me, told me we got this opportunity. Okay, what's the opportunity? We performed that at the Kings Arena.
Did you really?
That was probably the biggest feat in my career.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, we ended up performing that at the Kings Arena. It was surreal. Let's just say
Okay.
so. That song changed a lot of I want to show people, although I do make street music, but I'm still for the people. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
That
right,
show, we were for the people. You know,
right.
I definitely that's definitely one of my top 5 songs.
That song is absolutely love that song. When I played it like 3 times, and I'm like, who is this kid? Who
Yeah,
is he? He was like,
he's a big deal. He was.
wow, he's really, really good. You guys lit that album up, that song up. That was really a great song. Great song. What a talented. What's his name again?
His name is Jay Kent. Shout out
Jay Kent. Jay Kent, you guys. Check out Jay Kent. Dope. Absolutely dope. Did you guys kill that?
a lot of people out here slept on out here. He's one of them.
I'm noticing, you know what? Me doing this, first of all, I'm from the Northwest. I'm from Portland, Oregon. So
Oh,
I've been in Sacramento for 10 years now.
mhm.
And so Yums Awkward was the first artist that came in and sat with me, the first rapper.
Yeah, Yums.
Yeah, Yums. And
Yeah,
when I heard, or maybe it was Little Six, it was either Little Six or Yums. They was like my first two that came and sat with me. Even Zay the Prophet, another talented rapper here. But I didn't know how talented Sacramento
yeah.
artists. There's so much talent here in Sacramento. I mean, amazing. Yums Awkward, amazing. And you guys have albums that go back for years.
Shout out to Yums though. That
Absolutely. He'll be coming back through too. We have a segment called Catching Up with Yums coming out and coming up here in May.
wavy as fuck.
He's that one song, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of the song, but he has a dance to it and the song is dope. When that song came out, it's just Yums Awkward is really, really talented rapper. And can
Broke the
freestyle his ass off. So yeah, Sacramento. I'm absolutely a fan of you guys because there's so much here. I mean, so much music and different genres of music here in Sacramento. I mean, whatever you like, it's here in Sacramento. I have to say that. Also, the Gunna's Manual,
Yeah.
El Chapo, Red Rum, Vampire Bite. What? Tell me about that album. That was about 3 years ago as well.
Yeah, so Gunner's manual kind of puts a bitter taste in my mouth because,
Why?
because I had jumped into some contract things
Okay.
and found out, exactly, the real about
Okay.
contracts, and it's stuff that I knew, but I had finally ran into it, you know,
Okay.
and, I really didn't like what was going on. But before that had happened, the label the label had they had let me put how do I put it? They basically gave me options early. They gave me options early what I could do. And so I'm in their studio for, I think it was like 3 weeks. I made that project in like 3 weeks. It was way more songs, but eventually you start shaving off songs, and people's attention span ain't really that long anyway. So I feel like 20 minutes, 5 songs, still. And then Gunnar Hussein, he's a really dope artist. So he helped me. He worked really fast. I need artists that work fast, and I've a handful of artists that do work really fast, and he can produce a verse quick. That was actually probably one of my favorite projects because of the production and how quick it was done, how quick it was. You know how nowadays, like I was saying, I want to be perfect because I want to know everything up perfectly. And so I had this album to produce. I produced it, and then just everything went south. It's just crazy. Y'all better make sure you read the fine print.
Yes, contracts.
I'm not saying I got screwed, but I screwed the label out of screwing me, So, but by making that project, that was one of the things that, I made. I already showed them what I was made of, but they was treating me how I was worth.
So with the album, Take It Up With God, that was last year's album. I told you I love Smoke to Hell. That song's dope. Also, I love Clark Kent with Charlie Bow. Buddha Man, and obviously you're on that.
And a lot
how did that song come about? That song is dope.
A lot of these songs have videos now. These with God tracks, these Take It Up With God tracks are pretty much songs that we did as brothers, and songs that I don't know if they knew they would be good enough, but songs I pretty much knew was good enough for cut. And I don't know how I came up with that Take It Up With God. I think it was just because now as I'm getting older, I know how spiritual I am, because I am a spiritual person, regardless of how bad I ran in the streets, who I'm with.
Absolutely.
I'm still a spiritual person, so I felt like, Take It Up With God, it had the halo and kind of spoken, and Take It Up With God 2 is on its way, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just have just a halo, so it kind of explains or teaches y'all about me a little bit.
Okay. And you were saying that with the Ballin' song, you said it took you years to get to that hit. First of all, the production, the video, everything is tight on that. How do you feel about that song? How did you come up? Did you write that, or did someone give, like, here, I got a song for you. This is going to be dope for you.
No, I actually wrote that, and that kind of piggybacks with that label. If y'all heard, like, the second verse, I said labels mad because niggas pressed. It's about that. It's not a diss track, but I literally made that song shortly after the album, so I was really mad when I made that. But I could see where the fuel came from, and it turned out to be my best song. I could tell you right now, that is my best song.
That song is, it's I mean, you hear that on the radio, you know what I mean? Like you said, it takes a long time to find that one song, and you get that one song and it's just a hit. I mean, obviously as a fan, I can pick out more than one song, but I do have to say, as a fan, that song was just, when I heard that song, first of all, I had to make sure, because I heard it on a TikTok. So I had to make sure, is this Tech? Let me make sure this is him. Let me just make sure this could be someone else. Let me make sure I go back. I hit the Instagram link. It goes right back to your Instagram. Like, oh my gosh.
You know what's crazy? I had
oh my gosh.
girl tell me that they heard Ballin' on TikTok. And the crazy part about that is I haven't ever owned a TikTok ever in my life.
I know. I tried to find you on TikTok.
That's just the power of promotion. I promised myself I wouldn't go to TikTok. One, I don't want to be as accessible, because I want to make sure if you love me, you're going to click on the links you see.
Absolutely.
Come direct. You on my page. You know what I'm saying? I have a Facebook that's for my kids. I only use Instagram for viewing and videos. And I'm on X.
Yes, I saw you were on X.
I want to see the world. I don't want to my nigga just died on Facebook. I don't want to see that. I want to see
Right.
what the world has to offer. And I have a nice little African base, you know,
Okay.
and
Okay.
on there. So
Right.
I like talking to them when I wake up,
Okay.
sleep, or they're in the evening. You know what I'm saying? So they got time to play our music when we're asleep. You know what I'm saying? So I just I look at
I'll be honest with you. I was shocked when because I was like, okay, because what I like to do is I like to make a promo so people can check you out, check me out, come. And you guys, by the way, please hit the like, please share this stream. When you replay it, share the stream, and please subscribe. I'm trying to build something here. We're trying to build something here, and this is really big for us here in Sacramento. So please, if you could, I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all the ones that have come and viewed and given likes and done all that. I really appreciate you guys. But no, made the promo, and then I'll go to TikTok because I promote on TikTok. It helps out, I like to be everywhere, but I am with you. Business for me is LinkedIn, X is business. But this was a nice little promo. So I try to look you up. I'm like, okay, he doesn't have a TikTok. I make sure I put the name in right. Don't have a TikTok. Put your name in the search bar for music.
I just didn't want to be viewed as a person that be everywhere because like I said, things are subject to change, and I'm
Yeah.
not old. I'm only 34, but
Right.
I have an old mind. So it's like our TikTok was what, Thriller or
Yeah.
something? Like, man, our TikTok was Thriller, like, you know, um, Twitter or X, whatever you want to
Yes. Yeah. Twitter. Yeah.
came out with stories, and he got rid of that in 1 week. Like,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So things are
Yeah.
subject to change, and I'm not really hip to all that. I'll see the TikTok on Instagram. I know y'all want
Oh my God, you are. Yeah, my husband does that. I'm like, how are you watching? Because he won't do that. He won't do that. He has a Facebook. He don't do TikTok. He don't do Instagram. He don't do Twitter. So he watches all that on Facebook, or not on Instagram, but on Facebook. But I just want to tell you though, and as you already know, when I put your name in a search bar for music, you lit up.
that's good.
That whole album, all those songs, all of those songs are on TikTok. Just to let you know, you put your name in, all your music comes up. Ballin came up, but I wasn't sure if it was you. It was you, so I had to hit the link,
Okay.
go back to your Instagram, led me back there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So
I,
yeah, you're heavy on TikTok.
I think
Um, yeah,
happens. I think that happens a lot, probably more because a lot of my music is 80% street. So when you hear something like that, like I've got
yeah,
stuff that I haven't because I want the right promo for it. Because if
okay,
I release this, I know it's not gonna get the same love as this. If I
right,
business, people aren't gonna, it's the
right,
attention span is a lot shorter. So I have
yes,
like that. I just want to have the right team or the right moves made before releasing that. But until then,
absolutely.
throw out street music with no plan and it goes up. So
I get you, and I like the way that you operate though, because I mean, it is a business, and you have to have a business mind, and you have to think about those things. And I was telling someone, the thing about celebrity that has changed is that you don't, it's nothing sacred anymore like it used to be. You know what I mean? Like when I grew up, a celebrity was a celebrity. You weren't able to reach out, and you weren't able to reach out to them on TikTok. You weren't able to do that, so it made it special. So when you saw them, their movies or their music, it was extra special because they were a celebrity.
right,
Now everybody's a celebrity. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a show. Everyone has, you know what I mean? Like I can reach out to a celebrity tonight and they could, hit me back up. It never used to be that. So I get where you're coming from, where you don't want to be able to be, someone could reach out to you on TikTok. You know what
and
I mean? I get that.
so important. I'm not saying that we needed that to happen, but it's
Right.
really, really important that the pandemic happened because
Yes.
pandemic caused that, and this is why. This is why I say that. The pandemic caused that because as artists, and I know a lot of you have heard or seen, people like The Game will pop up in your box, or Jag, or even
Right.
Cassidy. Somebody famous, Buster Rhymes, somebody
Right.
famous sending us or trolling us,
Right.
sending okay, well, you want to, and then they throw us on these mixtapes, and so
Yeah.
it really started when the pandemic happened. They got bored, you know. It,
It's true though. It's true. Listen, listen, pandemic horrible, but there were a lot of good things that did come out of it. For me, learned how to shop better, learned that, I may need to stock up on tissue and stuff. I need to make sure I have canned foods and stuff in there because I didn't have that type of stuff. You just go shopping. You
yeah,
take shopping for granted until you go in a store and there's nothing on the shelves and you're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know this. So you have Amazon who's making so much money because of that, that's delivering boxes of tissue, water and all that, right? And also like this, like, as an actress, couldn't get back on set anymore. So what do you know? I have more camera time than a lot of people because what I did, I got a podcast going and doing that. So, the way that you think is different. You know what I mean? For me, I thought about things differently. You see things differently, and this is all different. But like you said, though, the celebrity is not the celebrity that it used to be, so you making sure that you're not going to be able to reach out to me on TikTok. I'm not doing that. I think that's great because it is true when you go to his like for instance when I go to your YouTube, in the links, you have to hit those links to get to you, but
yeah,
there is no TikTok because I wanted to make sure that you didn't have a TikTok.
I'm pretty sure
So
one, but when it first came out, like I wasn't gonna be following the trend that everybody else was doing. I wanted
right,
to just follow on my own, and then when it's time to make a TikTok, I'll make one.
right,
But
right.
I on Twitter, like I used to build Twitter accounts and then sell them. I used to do hella little things on to
I heard of people doing that.
yeah, they just all they're doing is they're in engagement groups, and then they all engage with each other's stuff, and then they get followers off the people who got hella followers, and
Right.
that shit's still a thing. I'm in a couple groups right now, and that shit's great for promo. But
Okay.
when I bring up stuff like that, as far as Twitter, nobody goes on Twitter. Crazy.
It's I
That is
have a very small community on Twitter. A very small community. I have very small followers. I follow just a small circle of people that I follow, and it's usually working actors, working artists. And like you said on Twitter or X, it's like you're reaching out to the world. It literally is. I do a lot of business on Twitter. I shoot a lot of people that I've met that business wise actors
yeah.
are on Twitter. Like these are working class people that are in movies that are on Twitter. And so I see the same thing you see when it comes to Twitter. So that's why it's very
I
small.
like to work with some actors.
And speaking of acting,
I'd love to work with some actors.
tell me about acting. You and acting. We were talking about that backstage. What do you think about it? What do you want to do as far as acting?
I think the acting is really good. I'm not saying for every artist, but just for me in general, because it's something that I'm good at. And then, a lot of artists can be real with themselves. We really aren't, no matter how many streams we're making, we're not making that much money off rap. So we got to have other avenues. We got to have other
Okay.
avenues that's going to feed the
Right.
empire, so acting has been good to me. I could take it back to dementia. Reeling
Okay.
that video took us 9 months to make. Yes, it took us 9 months. That summer we ended up shooting the first few scenes in a crazy area, nothing but trees and swamp like, shot that scene. And then I think we had like four different shoots for that video, and we were at
Wow.
the whole thing. Matter of fact, speaking of people that died, one of the dudes that died, he was actually tied up in the yeah, it was fun as far as acting, but I ended up buying some Crown Vics, and I actually stumbled across the second one once I bought the first one, and I don't know what happened. I must have been outside smoking, and I just started thinking of police cars. I started thinking about police cars.
Right.
So I ended up buying some lights and slapping them on the Crown Vics and like police cars. And so sitting there looking at these cars, people driving by, just let me do it. They're not, probably knows me, but I'm like, bro, this is what I'm gonna do. So I've been in a couple dozen. My car's been in a couple dozen rappers' videos. You know,
Okay.
get to a little bit more major rappers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People have that awareness that I have this because a lot
Okay.
of directors, they have the lights. You know, most of them have the police lights, but they don't got
Okay.
the yeah,
Right. Right. Right.
they don't have, you know. So you know, I'm basically, you know, at directors, they have a extra package, or you know, in their little their sheet, they have an extra package. I'm that extra package by myself.
Okay.
If
Okay. Okay.
maybe they want to spend cheaply with this guy and then
Right.
come with me with the police cars, and then that's a separate ordeal in itself. You know, people tend to think I shoot the videos. No, I don't shoot. I'm the actor, you know,
Okay.
actors, and I'm the they call us outfitters. That's what they call us.
Okay.
They call us
Okay.
turn any car into a cop car and display it.
Okay.
So acting is going to be really big. um One of the things on my resume, I did this short film that should be coming. I think it's going to come out on Tubi. I'm not sure, but it was raising awareness for domestic violence,
Okay.
domestic awareness. You know, um,
Okay.
they played the scenes. We arrested the dude. You know, it turned out good.
Nice.
One of my goals, I don't know, and I don't know. It's a sensitive topic, but I really want to hit up Stevante, you know, because he's a really good friend of mine, and I
Okay.
wanted to come up with a short film about everything that happened. You know,
Right.
I don't know,
Right.
I don't know how, but one day I want to at least get a little short film about it because that shit's big.
Right. Right.
And
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
my friend,
Um, what about like, so you're talking about doing that. Do you want to write? Would you write? I mean, because you already write as it is. I mean,
I'd want to write, but I want to come up with some writers though,
okay.
know, that can actually help me do it. And he's the better person to hit up because he could tell his story and have the, you know,
Absolutely.
I don't want to tell it how I want to tell it how it was.
Right.
And you know, I'm all for that. I'm all
What
for
about doing a documentary on it?
that. That's a whole nother conversation because the short films and the documentaries are really where it's at. And
Yes.
if I can run into the right person, you know, and that's going back to what I said. I want to start working with a lot of heavier named artists.
Okay.
People are aware that I have the police cars, and it is further than rap. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because acting has always been really, you know, I was class clown growing up. You know what I'm saying?
So what are you saying? Like, would you say more comedic roles, or are you more of a dramatic actor? I mean, could I
Both,
know that like both? Okay. Okay.
both. I just been
Okay.
into more dramatic roles as a cop. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I mean, you heard of Marvelous?
Marvelous.
Look
That's a
her
movie.
Marvelous. No, Marvelous is a legendary Sacramento artist. She's been doing this shit for.
Oh.
I think she's from Elder Creek. You gotta check her out. Marvelous.
Okay.
Um, her daughter, Little Marvelous, did a video with me, and that was more of a comedic role. She
Okay.
escaping, you know, and it was more B-roll during the video than talking in analog. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
dialogue. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I've done a comedic role before, yeah, but
Okay.
I just haven't run into the right ones where there's some dialogue. I'm trying to laugh. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I find like for me as an actress, like comedy is it's so hard. I was looking up for some monologues, and so being a dramatic actress, because I love drama, I'm more of a dramatic actress. I tend to, obviously, you want to lean towards what you're good at, but I also wanted to show range. So I'm looking for comedic monologues to do, but it's all about timing. You know what I mean? I find comedy is just hard.
Yeah.
Am I
When
wrong?
you say
Am I wrong?
talking about sad stuff?
No, like, well, okay, so, so
I'm like sad, or is it like a
well,
thriller?
yeah, like okay, so yeah, okay. So with dramatic acting, I like monologues that show range for me. So it's going to be something that's emotional, something that I can show that I can naturally cry. I can feel that part. You know what I mean? I can feel it. So I tend to go towards more of those dramatic monologues because that's me. That's the type of actress that I want to be and I am. But I also wanted to show range by looking for more comedic monologues. And so I found some, but I find that the timing for me is really hard because comedy seems to be hard. Do you agree?
It can be. It can be. It can be. Sometimes you got to keep your own composure. That's why they have bloopers. You know what I mean? You
Right, right,
taking the trash that they don't use and they turn that into bloopers. So
right.
people might not have as much control as anybody else can.
You
You know,
said you mean cry.
like some people might not have enough control to, you know.
Right.
But I thought about being a comedian. I thought about it one time. Like I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
I watch comedy like Mike Epps is right now. He's my favorite comic because
Okay.
tell I could tell on some of his stand-ups he don't write.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I comedy, I pay attention to how the comic writes because
Okay.
I'm a writer. So I emulate that. It's just like battle rap. Battle rap, they
Okay.
have their shit. I don't care if they say they freestyled it. What a lot of times they write and then they're acting it. You know,
Right.
so it's the same thing with Mike Epps. I could tell a lot of his shit he don't write it.
Okay.
You know, comes to him he lit up there.
Right.
You
Right.
know the comic roles are they can be tough. They can be challenging for sure.
Would you do an open mic?
I love open mics. I love open mics. I guess Mendez. I don't know if Yums is with him as a team or what, but they have that big open mic out here in Sac that's really jumping. And one day I really want to get on it, you know, and
Yeah.
but I got because you know open mics they show a lot more gratitude for the artist. They show a lot
Okay.
more love. You
Okay.
know, it seems like it's more genuine there than a regular Sac show. They come,
Okay.
they perform, them and their crowd leaves. You know,
Right.
it's really different as far as the networking. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wiggle through and network at the yeah. Damn right. I'll jump on one.
Okay, so this is a question that I ask every artist that comes on the show, rap artist. What's the difference to you from the Bay Area and Sacramento rappers? Now, Six says that it's because it's hot as hell here in Sacramento. So when y'all get on a mic, y'all angry. It's just y'all angry because it's so freaking hot. Affiliato looks at it as, they are cousins. You know what I mean? So, it's we rock with both, which I do love. They are our cousins. I love Bay Area rap, but I want to know, is there a difference to you between Sac and Bay Area rappers?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a huge difference. Their unity is great.
Okay.
The Bay Area's unity is great. Um, it's always been support. Livewire back in the day, you see Filthy Rich drop something, you see Jay Stalin drop it, you see Lil Blood drop it, you see
Okay.
everybody dropping, Goofy dropping, everybody sharing their shit. Like
Okay.
their unity for the Bay Area, even to this day, like they deal with their challenges and shit like we do, but Sac ain't for each other right now.
Okay.
We've been battling this demon, of this black hole that they call Sac
Okay.
to the point where it's tough for certain artists from certain areas to work with each other. You know,
Wow.
or a nigga from over here in deep East Oakland got a problem with somebody over there in the West. Bet you they'll low key hash that shit out and get that track made because that shit gonna do numbers.
Right. Right.
You know? So that's my input on it. I don't know
Okay.
how accurate it is, but I know that's up there. You
Okay.
They take care of each other. The Bay is always taking care of each other. No slack to where I'm from, but that's always that's been our problem for a long time.
Wow. Is it because we're so divided in different sections of Sacramento that everyone has their own crew and they're like you said they just don't want to? Because I think obviously you do too. Feel like if y'all could come together like that, there's so many talented artists here in Sacramento, you would think that it would be kind of like that.
Look, let me tell you something. It's exactly what you said, but it's the music that influences that to
Okay.
happen. You know,
Okay.
somebody will say this or that in the song, and it
Okay.
makes this dude want to go left and go this way.
Okay.
You know, that's just
Okay.
how this shit been operating for the past 5 years. You know,
Okay.
it's the music that the toxic music that Sacramento's coming up with now that
Okay.
making everybody separate and divide. Because I guarantee you, all these ops and all these niggas that
Right.
say ops, y'all was
Right.
once friends. Y'all was
Right.
friends
Right.
before. Y'all all went to the same schools. Y'all,
Right.
I'm just spitting facts. Y'all went to the same schools. Y'all rode the same streets. Y'all sold to the same knocks. Y'all talked to the same people. Y'all laughed. Y'all got drunk on your birthdays. I
Right.
know you niggas. I know this shit.
Right.
I've been around for a long time. It's the music that we're making.
Okay.
That's why I've been trying to, switch.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
my kids are already guilty by association. You know,
Right. I
so
get you.
you know.
I get you. Um, let's see. Wanted to ask you a couple of more questions.
Got it.
Okay, as far as the internet, how do you feel the internet has affected or changed hip hop for the good or for bad? Because you have rappers that like, your oh gosh, I guess in the mid 15s, 17s, a lot of rappers were, they're internet famous. You know what I mean? They got famous off of, hitting up the internet really good, and their song went, like Slim Jesus, those guys. What do you think about the internet and hip hop or rap?
Um, you know, it's the internet is a great thing. You know, like I said, when I started music, we didn't have none of this. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for us to even be heard. We had to sell CDs out the trunk. You know,
Right.
had to walk around Walmart on phone. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to work and
Right.
really sell our music and get this person to believe that we're worth his $10. You know,
Right.
so the internet right now has made a huge impact this past 10 years in music for sure. You
Right.
know, people are a lot of these dudes, like you said, Slim Jesus and these rappers that's on right now,
Right.
they got on off of something else. You know, I
Okay. Okay.
guarantee it because part of how I got a lot of followers, people don't know this. I have videos archived, but I actually ran across a freeway one time. You feel me? And I had to get one of my older people to tell me, "Nah, you're gonna make kids do this." But I was doing stunts and shit, and
Okay. Okay.
so I know what it feels like to break the internet, and because I ran across this freeway twice in one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like,
Were
like
you
I
doing
know,
skits? Was it like,
like little.
okay, you was doing, okay. Okay.
I removed it because at the time it wasn't like now where they're just releasing it and
Right.
people are like, "Oh, this is how," and they're
Right.
laughing.
Right.
And this nigga just ran across the freeway. He's crazy, you know. Back monkey do. I don't know what it is now, but the internet has definitely impacted in a major way because it's allowing people to, you know, to well, what I would say MySpace it.
Right.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody loved MySpace. It was great.
Absolutely.
They pages. You learned a little bit about them based on how they decorated their shit. What they had.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Um, how do you see hip hop in the near future?
Mm, that's a tough one because the music game is changing so much. I can't.
Yeah.
There's no telling. What it's gonna be like. I would love for battle rap to grow again.
Yes.
Has been low key trying. But
Yeah.
actually, my brothers, no gravity click, they actually locked in with some real solid guys, and they just did it. They just did a first annual, I guess they call it the BBL, or
Okay.
the Battle Bars League, and
Okay.
come in, you don't write it at all, you just come freestyle. That's big. Shout out to No Gravity Click
Nice.
because they made that move to lock in with some solid motherfuckers,
Nice.
bringing battle rap back. But
I think they should. I love battle rap. Love battle rap.
need that for the community. But we're hearing a lot of harmonic sound now, like a lot more sing rap.
Yes. Yep.
Hearing a lot more of that, like Lil Bean, Lil Yee.
Yep. Yep.
I'm a real big fan of Lil Yee. He's an artist I would like to work with too,
Okay.
because he kind of changes the algorithm a little bit, and nowadays you really ain't got to cuss to get your point across neither.
No.
You know,
No. No, I had John Wild on gosh, a few months ago, last year, maybe last year. And he's a huge artist here in Sacramento as well.
Yeah.
And he doesn't he raps, but like he calls it, he don't call it like he's rapping to him. It's just how he rapped that day because that's how that song needed it.
Right.
Only because that song needed it. So he did it that day. But his music is amazing. He's an amazing artist here in Sacramento. And he's one of those where it's just, it's just because it called for it that day. So I'm not a rapper. It's just I make music. And some songs that I make, it called for a rap flow that day. So I did that. But it's absolutely amazing. You want to talk about any new projects that you have coming out that you want to let us know about right now? Anything that's going on with you that you'd like for us to know about?
Shoot, I got that Take It Up With God. That one's brewing. That one's on Take It Up With God too. I chose to make it a compilation because I knew that it wasn't long enough for me to get everything out. So I ended up making that. I got that coming. I got this. There You Have It. This one's gonna be more like Dementia.
Okay.
A lot cleaner. The message is it's almost like resurrection. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That one I'm really proud of. It's pretty much done. I'm just being skeptical of what I want to do. If I want to trim anything, keep it. It's called There You Have It. So I'm coming with some facts on that. Those two projects are in the works. As far as shows, I just did one in Vegas. I should be having one coming up in Vegas in the near couple weeks. I'll see how that one is. Before we conclude, the show out in Vegas, kind of taught me the difference between shows there and shows in Sacramento. Like I said, shows in Sacramento, people will perform and they will leave after. Look, when I got there, I was like a few minutes away. I think I got there like an hour after it started, whatever. What they do on their shows, they put the DJs on the shows, and they had 3 DJs. When I came, the second DJ was spinning. So the show had started, but it was in a DJ segment. So we're like the first ones outside. Some of the artists start coming outside. We all smoking together. You know what I'm saying? The show hadn't even really begun. By the time I was on, they threw me on second. In Sacramento, I would be hot if I was on second. You know what I mean? Most Sacramento artists know. Because at the time, niggas in Sacramento, we show up to our shows gradually late.
Okay.
The nigga got the promoter scratching their head like, what's going on? First dude, we're gonna start skipping. But in Vegas, by the second artist, the show was already warmed up, and I had a crowd. Let me tell you, I had a crowd, and it almost felt like I was a new artist.
Okay.
I noticed the first artist, they kind of knew the words. He's from Las Vegas,
Okay.
Felt like I was in someone else's home, but their shows was so much more, to dive. You're a local artist and you love to in cities shit. That shit was great.
I want to ask you, since you're talking about shows, when you do a show, like what songs do you perform? How does that go? Like, do I'm gonna perform these songs, or is it, well, obviously you're gonna know what songs, but how do you pick the songs that you want to perform?
As I grow more professional in it, I'll probably end up with a set or something, for a while. But Really, it just depends on how I feel. It depends
Okay.
on the promoter and what I see after I do my homework. If I feel like this show is okay, we need to add some bounce to it.
Okay.
We need to come with some street shit, then I'll come with that. But if I
Okay.
more cleaner show, but it happens to be kids involved, all age event, things like that, maybe a paint and sip, maybe a art gallery,
Mm-hmm.
thing like that, I'm gonna come with some cleaner shit. And really, to be honest, to little secret to you, I right now, these shows that seem a lot cleaner, I've been using a lot of my There You Have It tracks, because
Really?
I've been using a lot of my unreleased, because it's got a message.
Okay.
It's crazy. I'm getting ready to release it now, because
Okay.
the feedback face to face, you know. But it
Okay.
depends on what the show has to offer. I'm gonna come with that and try to match it.
Okay. Also, okay, one more question. As far as the show is concerned, do you show up with your own DJ? Do you show up with like your own people that you work with, or are you like you just go to the show? You just you.
It used to be that. It used to
Okay.
be that, but it's a lot cheaper to just do it yourself. And
Okay.
a lot of times, like to some artists, it's best to have your own microphone. You know what I'm saying? Your own.
Okay.
A lot of cord. A lot of places ain't cordless too. You know. You know
Okay.
things that I try to do. If I'm not gonna have a team with me.
Okay.
I have some shit come in, mic check, 15 minutes. We don't have
Okay.
ups. You know what I mean? You got all my tracks. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, you guys, this was a great conversation. I could talk to you like all night. Like seriously, I could just talk to you forever. I really enjoy talking to you. I've learned a lot that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys learned a lot, especially you up and coming rappers. Listen to what he's saying. I hope you guys heard about the contract situation. Read, know what you're getting yourself into. If you're
Print.
doing, go ahead, go ahead.
Read the fine print. Shit. Don't
Yes.
sign anything.
There you go. Speaking of signing, would you rather stay independent or do you want to sign to like a big deal? Because things have changed with that too. You don't necessarily need, Rockefeller behind you, for instance. You know what I mean?
Independent. I'm gonna always go independent till the numbers is right and everything adds up, because at the same time, you need to know that labels. I look at the shit like it's an advance. So
Okay.
that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I look at
Okay.
advance, and why would you put yourself in a hole like that when you could do better by yourself?
Right. 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 So we have Tecktreyz here with us tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed him. All of his links will be in the bio, you guys. For the listeners, I'll have that. You guys should be listening to this in about a week. All right. So we'll have that up on all podcasting platforms. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you will be able to look up Rossi's Clubhouse and give me a follow, give me a 5-star review. Tell me what you like. Also, you can right now. You're on all podcasting platforms. Tech.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can. Okay, so you guys can go out, get the album, Take It Up with God, on all podcasting platforms. Also, you guys go back to his YouTube channel. Awesome videos. You can see the Ballin video. Everything that we're talking about here, you can go and see that. So check him out. Don't leave. Tech, when I'm done, don't leave. Okay.
All
You
right.
guys go and check him out. Please hit the like, subscribe. Show us some love here. We're building something really big here in Sacramento. And like I said, I have Affiliato will be coming back to Rossi's Clubhouse. I also have Mellow the Man will be stepping back into Rossi's Clubhouse. Also, we have a new segment. It's going to be called Catching Up with Yums. He'll be coming back. And then as Hayla V, she kicked off the new year for us. Hayla V will be back to kick off the summer for us in June. So please, and also go check out Trevor Harris. He has some great short films that he did, A Man in the Alley. Check him out as well. Also check out oh gosh, there's so many people, guys. But please go to the channel, check out Shelly K. Booker. She's a comedian here, and also go check out Buddy Raymond. Give him some love. He has a podcast, Funny Business. Go check them out as well. They're all here in Sacramento. Thank you guys for joining me. Until next time, you guys. You'll catch me next week on Monday. Monday, I have an artist coming on. Just a second. Let me make sure that I get this right really quick. Just a second, guys. So Monday the 29th, I have, sorry, you guys, so many. Where's he at? Where's he at? Okay, anyways. Okay, so I have YNG for Love. He's coming on the 29th. An artist that I just discovered. He's freaking awesome. You guys will be seeing his promos be hitting Instagram, X, TikTok. It'll be hitting soon. And check him out Monday the 29th at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are out.